sister demanded my engagement ring for herself, saying you'll never get married anyway. And she said it with her hand already on mine, like the sentence was just a formality and the ring was already hers. We were in my parents' dining room, the kind with the heavy table that always smells faintly like lemon oil and old holiday dinners, and my sister's acrylic nails were cold against my knuckles. She tilted my hand toward the overhead light like she was inspecting a diamond under a jeweler's loupe, then looked up at me with that glossy, practiced smile she uses when she wants to sound reasonable. "Come on," she said, voice sweet in a way that made my stomach tighten. "Just give it to me. You know you're not actually going to make it down the aisle." Her thumb pressed against the band, and this is not dramatic, this is literal. She tried to twist it, tried to slide it past my knuckle, while everyone was still passing around the breadbasket like this was normal. I yanked my hand back so fast my chair screeched on the hardwood, and the sound snapped everyone's attention to us. My ring bit into my finger for a second, like the skin didn't know whether to hold on or let go. My fiancé, Noah, had been mid-sip of water, and he stopped with the glass halfway to his mouth, eyes flicking from my face to my sister's. My mom froze with the salad tongs hovering above the bowl. My dad's fork paused over his plate. And my sister just kept her hand out, palm up like I'd dropped something she was entitled to pick up. "Don't be weird," she said softly, like I'd ruined the vibe by not letting her steal jewelry off my body. "I'm serious. You'll never get married anyway. At least let the ring be used for something real." It started, technically, a week earlier in the least dramatic way possible. A Thursday night, Noah and I on my couch with takeout containers on the coffee table, his knee bouncing like he had too much caffeine. He kept asking if I wanted to go for a walk, then sitting back down, then standing again like he couldn't settle into his own skin. I thought he was nervous about work. I asked him twice if something was wrong, and he said, "Nope," in that too bright tone people use when they're trying to hide a surprise. Then he asked if I wanted dessert, disappeared into the kitchen, and came back holding my grandma Lena's ring box like it was made of glass. I didn't even speak at first. My throat just closed up. That ring box had been in my dresser since the funeral. Small, velvet, the corners worn smooth from decades of being opened and closed. My grandma used to keep it in her purse, wrapped in a tissue, like a secret. When she passed, she left it to me with a note written on a pharmacy receipt. "For when someone looks at you like home." Noah sat down in front of me, not on one knee like the movies, just close enough that I could see his hand shaking a little. "I didn't want to buy a ring that meant nothing," he said. "I wanted us, and I wanted your grandma in it, if that makes sense." Then he opened the box, and the diamond caught the lamplight, and I swear my chest hurt from how fast my heart started moving. I said yes. Obviously, I said yes so quickly I surprised myself. And then I cried in that embarrassing hiccup way where you're trying to talk, but your body keeps interrupting you. Noah laughed and kissed my forehead and said, Okay, we can breathe." And the next day I called my mom because that's what you do. Or what I thought you did. My mom squealed, the high pitch that's half joy and half performance. "Oh my God, finally," she said like I'd been late turning in an assignment. "When are you coming over? We'll do a dinner. Your dad will be thrilled. Your sister. Oh my God, your sister will die." That should have been my warning. Not she'll be happy. Not she'll be excited. She'll die. Like my engagement was an event that would happen to my sister, not to me. My sister, Brooke, has been the center of our family since she came out screaming and never really stopped. Growing up, she was the kid with the cute tantrums, the dramatic apologies, the big moods that everyone tiptoed around because it was easier than setting boundaries. I was the quiet one, the easy one, the one who didn't ask for much because asking for much made you a problem. Brooke got the kind of childhood where people rushed to fix things for her. I got the kind where you learn to fix yourself quietly. And I don't say that to martyr myself. I say it because that's the exact reason she could look at my hand and think my ring was up for grabs. The ring itself mattered for reasons that go beyond money. It wasn't huge or flashy, but it was her ring. Grandma Lena wore it every day. She cooked with it on. She waved her hands in church with it catching sunlight. When I was little, I'd sit at her kitchen table while she rolled dough, and she'd tap the diamond against my forehead and say, "For luck." After she died, my mom asked me if I was sure I wanted it. Not because she cared about my feelings, because she wanted to know if she could redirect it to Brooke without me making noise. So when Noah proposed with it, it felt like a promise that had been waiting. And Brooke couldn't stand that. Brooke got engaged 3 months ago to her boyfriend, Tyler, after what I can only describe as a panic proposal. They've been dating just over a year. Tyler is fine. He's polite. He laughs at my dad's jokes too hard. He also, very clearly, doesn't have Brooke's taste or Brooke's budget. His proposal was at a chain restaurant. Again, not judging that part because love is love. But Brooke spent the whole night afterward complaining in my mom's kitchen about the lighting, the crowd, and the ring. The ring Tyler got her is small. Simple. A thin band, tiny stone. Which would be lovely on someone who isn't Brooke. She posted it online and then deleted the post and then posted again with different angles and then complained that it doesn't photograph right. She started dropping hints about upgrading. Maybe we'll reset it, she'd say loudly, like Tyler wasn't sitting right there. Maybe we'll do something more me. Tyler would smile weakly like he'd agreed to a timeshare. So when my mom told her about my engagement, Brooke didn't congratulate me. She texted, sent a pic of the ring. That was it. Not, I'm happy for you. Not, how did he propose? Just, ring pic. I should have ignored it, but I didn't. I sent a photo because part of me still has this stupid reflex to keep things smooth. She responded in under 10 seconds. Is that Grandma Lena's? I wrote back, yes. Noah used the ring she left me. Bro, okay, lol no. That ring is supposed to be mine. Mom said, and I remember staring at my phone, feeling that old familiar heat of here we go. Because my mom would say things like that to Brooke to calm her down. My mom hands out promises like napkins. It doesn't matter if they're true. It matters if they stop the whining in the moment. So I replied, Grandma left it to me. It's not supposed to be yours. Brooke, you're so selfish. Like you even deserve it. And I wish I could say I did something cool and confident then. I didn't. I just stopped replying and tried to enjoy being engaged without having to defend it. Then came the dinner at my parents' house, the one that turned into my sister's little grab-and-go attempt. After I jerked my hand away, my dad cleared his throat like he was about to say something helpful. He didn't. He just stared at his plate as if the potatoes suddenly required deep thought. My mom finally found her voice. Brooke, she said, tone warning. Stop. Brooke rolled her eyes and made that fake laugh sound. What? I'm just saying, she said, leaning back in her chair, arms folded. It's not like she's, you know. You know what? Noah asked, calm but very sharp. I could feel the air in the room shift when he spoke. Brooke looked at him like she'd forgotten he was a person, not furniture attached to me. Brooke shrugged. Look, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being realistic. She's always been flaky. She's had, what? 2 serious relationships. And she always find a reason to bail. Noah seems nice, but she gestured at me like I was a product with bad reviews. You don't want Grandma's ring tied up in something that's not going to last. My cheeks were burning. Not because I believed her, but because of how casually she said it. Like it was entertainment. Noah set his glass down with a soft click. You try to take the ring off her hand, he said. At dinner. In front of your parents. Brooke's eyes flashed. Oh my God, don't be dramatic. I touched it. I felt you twist it, I said, and my voice surprised me because it didn't shake. You were trying to pull it off. My mom's face tightened the way it does when she realizes she can't pretend anymore. Brooke, apologize, she said. Brooke laughed. For what? Wanting what's fair. I stared at my mom. Do you think it's fair? I asked quietly. My mom blinked caught. Because she wants to be the good mom to both kids, but she also wants Brooke to stop causing chaos. Her eyes flicked to my dad, silently asking him to step in. He didn't. Finally, my mom said, It's complicated. It's a family heirloom. It's not complicated, I said. Grandma left it to me. It's mine. Brooke leaned forward, smile sharpening. You'll never get married anyway, she said. So why are you hoarding it? Give it to someone who will actually use it. That's when Noah pushed his chair back. Slow, controlled. Not aggressive, but final. We're leaving, he said. Brooke smirked like she'd won. See? This is what I mean. She's always so sensitive. I stood up too, my legs shaky under the table, and I heard myself say, don't come to our wedding." The room went dead quiet. My mom gasped softly like I'd slapped her. My dad finally looked up, eyes wide, like I'd broken a rule he didn't realize could be broken. Brooke's smirk froze. "Excuse me?" "You heard me," I said. My hands were shaking, but I didn't sit back down. "You don't get to insult me, try to steal my ring, and then show up for photos and cake like your family of the year." Brooke's face twisted, and I saw the tantrum forming behind her eyes like a storm building. "You're such a B***th," she said too loud. "You've always been jealous of me." Jealous? Of her. The girl who needed to take things that weren't hers to feel okay. Noah reached for my hand, steadying me, and we walked out while my mom called my name like I was the one causing harm by refusing to accept it. That should have been the end, right? Family dinner blow up, boundaries set, move on. But Brooke doesn't do endings unless she gets the last word. She started texting me the next morning. Not apologies. Demands. "You're being insane. That ring is mine. Mom promised. If you love Grandma, you'd honor what she wanted. Tyler proposed with a joke ring. You're not going to steal my moment too." And then the kicker. "If you don't give it to me, I'll just take it when you're not paying attention. Don't make this ugly." I read that message 3 times, feeling my stomach drop lower each time. Because people joke about my sister would steal my clothes, but Brooke wasn't talking about borrowing a sweater. She was talking about taking an engagement ring. I forwarded the text to my mom. I wrote, "This is not normal. Handle her." My mom responded, "She's upset. Just don't provoke her right now." I stared at my screen until my eyes burned. Don't provoke her. As if my existence, with my own ring, was the provocation. Noah took my phone out of my hand gently and read the thread, his jaw working. "Okay," he said, after a minute. "We're going to do 2 things." "Like what?" I asked, voice small in a way that annoyed me. I hate how family can make you feel 12 again. 1. We're getting the ring insured and appraised. "Tomorrow," he said. "Not because I think you're going to lose it, but because if she tries anything, we're protected." I nodded, swallowing. "And 2, he added, eyes steady. "We're not going to your parents' house without a plan. If she shows up at ours, we don't open the door. If she tries to corner you, I'm there. You don't have to do this alone." That was the thing that broke me a little. Not in a dramatic way. Just relief. Someone was taking it seriously. We did the appraisal. The jeweler was this calm, older woman with reading glasses on a chain. She examined the setting, checked the prongs, told me Grandma had kept it in good condition. When she said, "This ring's been loved," my throat tightened so badly, I had to look away. Then we went home, and Noah installed a small camera by the front door. Not because we live in fear, but because Brooke had put theft on the table like it was an option. 2 days later, Brooke showed up. I was alone. Noah was at work. I was folding laundry on the couch when I heard the knock. 3 sharp hits, like she was the police. I froze. My heart started doing that stupid fast thump it does when your body knows something before your brain finishes the thought. I checked the camera feed on my phone. Brooke on the porch, hair done, makeup perfect, holding a gift bag like a prop. I didn't open the door. She knocked again, harder. Then she called my phone. I let it ring out. She called again. Then she texted, "I'm not leaving until you act like an adult." The irony of Brooke using adult as a weapon could have been funny if it didn't make me want to throw up. I texted back, "Go home, Brooke. I'm not doing this." A full minute passed. Then, "I just want to talk. I'm bringing you something." I stared at the gift bag through the camera. My skin prickled. Brooke never brings things unless she's buying access. She knocked again and said, loud enough for the camera mic, "Open the door, you freak. I know you're in there." Something in me went cold. I called Noah. He answered immediately. "Hey, she's here," I whispered. "Okay," he said, voice steady. "Do not open the door. I'm leaving now." While he drove, Brooke tried everything. She cried. She yelled. She went sweet. She went mean again. It was like watching someone cycle through emotions like outfits. At one point she said, "If you don't give it to me, I'm telling everyone Noah bought you a fake ring." Then she said, "If you loved me, you'd do this." Then she said, "Mom agrees with me, by the way." And I realized, sitting there with laundry in my lap and my phone shaking in my hand, that Brooke didn't even want the ring because it was Grandma's. She wanted it because it was mine, Because it meant someone chose me. Because it meant my life was happening without her permission. Noah arrived and didn't even look at Brooke's gift bag. He stood outside the door and spoke through it, voice calm but solid. "Brooke, leave. Now." Brooke's voice shot up. "Oh, so you're controlling her now?" Noah didn't take the bait. "If you don't leave, we'll call someone to remove you," he said. Not a threat, just a fact. Brooke scoffed. "Call who?" "Your mommy." Noah exhaled. "Brooke, you texted my fiancé saying you'd take the ring when she's not paying attention. We have it. Leave." There was a pause. Then Brooke said, quieter, "You wouldn't." Noah's voice didn't change. "Try me." She left then, not because she suddenly grew a conscience, but because she realized she wasn't going to win this round with intimidation. I thought that was it. Again. Wrong. The next weekend was my cousin's birthday lunch. I didn't want to go. I told my mom I was sick. She begged. She said everyone wanted to see the ring. That should have been my second warning. Noah came with me. We agreed we'd stay an hour, be polite, then leave. Brooke was there. Of course she was. She acted like nothing happened, which is her favorite trick, erase the harm by pretending it never occurred, then accuse you of being stuck on the past if you bring it up. She hugged me too tightly and whispered in my ear, "You're still being ridiculous." I pulled back and said out loud, "Don't touch me." Heads turned. Brooke's smile stayed glued on. "Wow," she said, laughing lightly. "Okay." Still sensitive. Lunch was loud, chaotic, kids running around, adults shouting over each other. I kept my left hand mostly in my lap because I didn't trust Brooke not to accidentally grab it again. At one point, I stood up to use the bathroom. Noah started to stand too, and Brooke immediately said, "Oh my God, she can pee alone, Noah." Noah sat back down slowly, eyes on Brooke like he was tracking a mosquito. In the bathroom, I took a deep breath, stared at myself in the mirror, and tried to unclench my jaw. My cheeks were flushed. My hands were shaking. When I came back out, my cousin's hallway was crowded. I squeezed past an aunt, past a kid holding a juice box, and then I saw Brooke near the coat rack, too close to the doorway of the spare room, where purses and jackets were piled. Something in my gut twisted. I walked faster. Brooke's head snapped up, eyes wide for half a second, caught. Then she smoothed her face into a smile. "There you are," she said brightly. "We were wondering where you went." I didn't answer. I went straight to the spare room. My purse was open. The small velvet ring box I'd brought, because I'd taken the ring off to do dishes earlier and didn't want to forget it at home, was gone. I went cold all the way to my fingertips. I turned around slowly and walked back into the living room. My cousin was laughing at something. My mom was mid-story. Noah looked up and immediately read my face. "What?" he mouthed. I didn't whisper. I didn't pull Brooke aside. I didn't give her the privilege of privacy. "I can't find my ring box," I said, loud enough for the room to quiet. The laughter died the way a room dies when someone says the wrong thing at the wrong time. My mom blinked. "What do you mean?" I said, voice shaking but clear. "My purse was open and the ring box is gone." Brooke's smile twitched. "Oh my God," she said, hand flying to her chest like she was auditioning. "Are you accusing me?" Noah stood up. "Yes," he said. The room went silent. Brooke's eyes flashed. "Excuse me?" Noah didn't raise his voice. "You texted her you'd take it. You showed up at her door. You tried to twist it off her finger. So yes, we're accusing you." My mom's face went pale. "Brooke." Brooke laughed too loud. "This is insane. You're all insane." I looked at my mom. "If it's not her," I said, "then you won't mind if we check her bag." My mom's mouth opened, closed. She looked like she wanted to disappear through the floor. Brooke stood up, chair scraping. "Absolutely not," she snapped. "You're not humiliating me like this." My cousin's wife, bless her, said quietly, "If you didn't take it, then what's the problem?" Brooke's eyes darted, once fast, toward the hallway. Noah moved before she could. He walked in the hallway, picked up Brooke's oversized tote from where she'd tucked it behind a chair near the coat rack, and set it on the coffee table. "Open it," he said calmly, "or we leave and you can explain to everyone why you refused." Brooke's hands trembled. "You can't do that," she hissed. "I can," Noah said. "And we're doing it." Everyone was watching now, not in a juicy, gossip way, in that stunned, uncomfortable way when a family finally has to look at itself. Brooke stared at me like she wanted to burn a hole through my skull. Then she yanked the tote open dramatically and started pulling things out: wallet, keys, lipstick, gum, throwing them onto the table like proof of innocence. Then the velvet ring box fell out and landed with a soft, ugly thud. For a second, nobody moved. Even Brooke froze, staring at it like it had betrayed her. My mom made a strangled sound. "Brooke!" Brooke's face went red, then white. "Okay," she blurted, voice cracking. "Okay, I was going to give it back. You stole it," I said, and my voice sounded far away, like it belonged to someone else. Brooke's eyes filled with tears instantly, weaponized. "You're ruining everything," she sobbed. "You always do this. You always make me the villain." My cousin's wife said, flatly, "You made yourself the villain." Brooke whipped toward my mom. "Mom, say something." And my mom looked at the box, then at me, then at Brooke, and I watched her do the calculation she's done my whole life. Who will punish me more if I don't side with them? She opened her mouth, and I already knew she was going to say something like, "Let's all calm down," or "She's under stress." But then my dad, who had been quiet the whole time, which is also his favorite move, finally said, "That's enough." Everyone turned. He looked at Brooke, voice low. "Give it back. Now." Brooke blinked at him, stunned, like she couldn't believe he wasn't automatically on her side. I reached out and picked up the ring box myself. My hand was shaking so hard I almost dropped it. I opened it and saw the ring still inside. Still there. Still mine. I felt this wave of nausea and relief crash together. Brooke kept crying, saying she just wanted something nice, saying it wasn't fair that I always got everything, which was hilarious in a tragic way, because my whole life has been me getting scraps and calling it gratitude. Noah took my hand and said, quietly, "We're leaving." My mom followed me to the door, eyes wet. "Please," she whispered, "don't do anything rash." I stopped, turned, and looked at her. "Rash," I said softly. "Mom, she stole my engagement ring." "She's your sister," my mom whispered, like that sentence erased theft. "And I'm your daughter," I replied. My mom flinched like the words physically hit her. In the car, Noah drove with both hands gripping the wheel, jaw tight. I stared at the ring on my finger like it was suddenly fragile. My chest felt tight, my throat sore like I'd swallowed glass. "I'm sorry," Noah said after a minute. "For what?" I whispered. "For thinking your mom would handle it," he said. "For thinking family meant they'd protect you." I stared out the window at passing streetlights. "I think I knew," I said. "I just kept hoping I was wrong." When we got home, Noah took the ring off my finger gently and put it in the safe we'd bought after the porch incident. Then he took my face in his hands and said, "We're not negotiating with this anymore. No more chances. No more dinners where you're the bait." I nodded, tears finally spilling. Not because Brooke stole the ring, though that was horrible, but because the whole thing confirmed something I didn't want confirmed. Brooke would happily hurt me if it made her feel chosen, and my mom would only stop her when the room forced her to. The fallout was immediate. Brooke posted vague quotes on Instagram about toxic people and jealousy. She texted me from a new number, "You're dead to me." My mom called crying, asking if I could just move on, like I'd tripped over a rug, not been robbed by my sibling. I didn't argue. I didn't write paragraphs. I didn't beg anyone to understand. I texted my mom one sentence: "Brooke is not invited to my wedding, and if you bring her, neither of you come in." My mom wrote back, "You're making me choose." And I stared at that line for a long time, feeling something in me go calm in a way I'd never felt before. Because no, I wasn't making her choose. She'd been choosing for years. She just didn't like that I'd finally named it. So that's where we are. Wedding planning is weird now. Smaller, quieter, with fewer conversations that include the words, "But she's family." My ring is insured. It's safe. Sometimes I take it out and just hold it in my palm and think about Grandma Lena tapping it against my forehead for luck. I think about the note she left me. For when someone looks at you like home. Noah looks at me like home. He looked at me like home when my sister tried to twist a ring off my finger. He looked at me like home when she stole the box and cried like she was the victim. He looked at me like home when my mom tried to smooth it over and call it stress. And maybe that's the part Brooke could never stand. Not the diamond, not the heirloom, not the attention. The fact that someone chose me without needing me to be smaller first. Brooke said, "You'll never get married anyway. I don't know what my wedding day will look like exactly. I don't know if my mom will show up. I don't know if my dad will keep his spine or fold the moment Brooke throws a tantrum. I'm not pretending it doesn't hurt that my family can't just be normal. But I do know this. I'm not handing my life over to someone who treats me like a placeholder. I'm not giving away a ring my grandmother left me just because my sister thinks she's the main character in everyone's story. And if Brooke wants a ring that badly, she can get one the normal way. By building a relationship that doesn't require stealing mine.